understanding the cruelty of men, you will get blamed for that. You will get blamed for being gullible and lying to yourself and your delusions. And I'm not saying that part of that isn't on us to examine. I have certainly made so many excuses for men that I'm embarrassed about. But also part of it is that some of us could not imagine in our wildest dreams that another human being could do this to someone who loved them, was forking them, shared bank accounts, shared children with them. Like our imagination is not big enough for the levels of cruelty that men can do, right? Because of the power and the ego stuff, mind fork that patriarchy does to them, right? And so what we do is we enable them and their behavior and continue this whole system by blaming other women for not understanding how awful men can be. I have been guilty of doing this, but I hope, let's look at this story. I want to show you how this is done in real time. I cannot find my little instrument, but this is a what the hell mail. This is a advice column. I want to show you what this one person's advice is. And by the way, I'm actually slow launching my own column. If you want to write into it, go to melaniehamlet.com and you'll see you can write in there. Or you can submit them on my Patreon, where I do all kinds of stuff, share personal stories, lives, watch parties, travel stuff, all kinds of stuff over there. So this one's from Dear Wendy, and sometimes her advice is spot on, and sometimes I'm like, what? And this story alone is bad, but I also have issue with her advice. But let's get into it. I'm really missing my xylophone. I can't find it. What the hell, man? Anyway, my husband of 46 years. Y'all, I am 47. That's my entire life minus 1 year. I can't imagine being married to anyone that long, but okay. Had a meetup with an old girlfriend 25 years ago at a hotel in another town. I found the hotel bill after it happened, but he swore to me they just met to talk since she was going through some tough time. Recently, I accidentally saw he had a social media conversation with her, and I proceeded to continue the conversation posing as my... I swear to God, we should all need to be, we should all be working for the FBI or CIA or something. The way we can figure out what men are doing by our Nancy Drew skills. So she poses her husband. So this lady, she acknowledged the meetup that included schmegs. Well, that may not surprise you and me, or I don't know, but any man meeting up at a hotel with an ex, I mean, part of that might be just straight up naivety. Part of it might be that, like, I'm just going to tell, like, whatever. But either way, just wait. I am livid because he convinced me to believe him. If I had known Snacks was involved, I would have left him. I just don't forgive easily. What do I do now? This feels fresh to me, although it happened years ago, but my husband has early stage Alzheimer's. Here we go. I swear. No matter what, women are feel like we have to take care of these men no matter what they do. He needs care. Okay, just so y'all know, my dad died of Alzheimer's. They can live like 12 years or so with this stuff. He didn't die of Alzheimer's. He died of a blood clot while at the memory care center. Very suddenly. It had nothing to do with Alzheimer's. This is one of the worst, longest, most painful deaths for that person, but more so for the people caring for them. And women who take care of men doing this die regularly. Okay, so this is a death wish for her. God! We literally had to do an intervention when my dad had this because we were afraid that his wife was literally going to die taking care of him, and we did not want that to happen especially because men are big, you know? It's hard to change their diaper, shower them, and all that stuff alone. I am bitter beyond words. I just feel a complete loss of love for him. I might add that in later years, he continued to contact old girlfriends and meet in hotels. I caught him once before it happened, but I now think I didn't always catch him. So clearly she had a little too much faith in this husband and believed him. But you know, that is not uncommon. So many women will thinking that preventative care will prevent an affair, right? You cannot stand in a man's way when he is determined to fork you over, to cheat, to whatever. Nothing you can do can keep that man from not doing that. And it's a big job. You got better stuff to do. Anyway, but this is common, okay? So, like, there's so many women who think that they can make him just, not do this. If he does, like, I'm not going to let him watch Instagram. I'm not going to let him do this. If I can just tame my man, keep him from, like, then he won't. That's not how it works. I'm not saying that they should be doing all that stuff. I'm just saying rules with men who are so entitled and act like children, but have all the power of, like, little king of your castle. Those rules do not go over well. Not saying don't have boundaries, don't have standards, but preventative cheating, should I separate from him, place him in a nursing home before he actually needs it? Or, listen to this, swallow my sense of self-esteem and tell myself it's too late to be angry. I can't believe that. No, I can't believe. We're so close, y'all. We're getting there. Because her immediate instinct was like, fork this guy, I want to divorce him and put him in a home. But the patriarchal conditioning that's like, tap, tap, tap. Hey, what about him? What's going to happen to him? Poor guy. We always center their comfort, their care over our own lives. Because she could die doing this. Very likely will, in fact. Because my guess is she's older. If you've been married to someone 47 years... I'm guessing you are like 70 something, unless y'all married when you were like teenagers or whatever. And then this is Wendy's response. You know what I think? I think you cannot possibly be shocked to learn that your husband cheated on you all those years ago with his ex-girlfriend in a hotel room, and quite possibly cheated or tried to cheat with multiple women over the years. Believing your husband 25 years ago when he said he only met with his ex-girlfriend in a hotel room to talk because she was going through some tough times is a choice. Is it though, Wendy? Is it a choice? I feel like, as somebody who believed a lot of nonsense for men because of multiple factors and my social conditioning, I'm not saying that there wasn't a choice. I'm not saying, like, I had to go get help, a lot of help over a long period of time to stop believing men when they do this kind of crap. But there wasn't a choice to, God. You chose to overlook the obvious to maintain your marriage and avoid conflict. First of all, Mitch, she may, to avoid conflict, they've been married 47 years. This lady is old-er. Like, do you think, perhaps she couldn't? Perhaps she didn't have a job? Perhaps this man dangled, like maybe he had all the financial control? She also grew up not in the era that I did, where I was taught we can do anything. Like you could barely have abortions by the time I was born. Barely have credit cards. But conflicts can be hard to avoid when there's an issue that needs to be addressed. Eventually, the conflict arrives no matter how much we try to repress it. Here, now that the conflict you didn't deal with all those years ago has presented itself in the conflicted feelings you have regarding your husband's care. For 25 years, you were able to repress whatever concerns or doubts you had about your husband's fidelity and take advantage of... Shut up, Wendy. Oh my God. Take advantage of whatever benefits staying quiet and not rocking the boat of marriage offered you. You stupid gold-digging bitch. You wanted his money, and you wanted your soft life and all that stuff, and you chose to go, oh my God, Wendy, what are you doing here? As if marriage does not benefit most women. It is an enormous amount of unpaid labor. It is like, including sexual labor. It is like, what are you talking about? This lady did not grow up in an era where her grandma could just leave. All of our grandmas, okay, maybe not all, most of our grandmas were literal hostages. And this woman has been married for 47 years, okay? So she did not, like... What has changed now is not your sudden understanding of your husband's infidelity. Surely you've suspected it all along. What has changed is the cost-benefit ratio you experience in your marriage. You stupid bitch, it's time to pay up. You benefited from all that marriage, and now you want to just cut and run. Like, what? Oh my God. Whatever respect I had for Wendy, because sometimes she Shut up. I am so, oh God. Okay, let's get through this. You probably have some idea how much care is involved for an Alzheimer's patient. It can be grueling, physically and emotionally, for close family members. And it comes with a loss of support from the person with the disease, creating a double whammy for the people once dependent on him or her. I can see why you'd resent being in this position for someone who betrayed you and whose betrayal you never fully processed. Oh, there's going to be a but. There's going to be a but. I can understand why it would feel easier to process this anger now than deal with the demands of caregiving. It's okay. It's okay, too, to be honest with yourself, that you simply don't have it in you to do it. You don't have it in you to do it, to be a caregiver. I mean, it's okay. You can just admit you don't want to, and you're not really that maternal after all. Like, she doesn't want to. She shouldn't want to, Wendy. In fact, being honest with yourself about a lot of what you're feeling right now is the very best thing you can do in terms of deciding the path forward. I do not recommend swallowing your pride or telling yourself it's too late to be angry. Further repression of feelings is not the answer here. Being honest about what you can and can't take on and what you're willing to do for your husband to ensure his basic needs for care are met is the answer. I think separating from him and washing your hands of any responsibility of him just when he really needs support is a bad look. Like, let's just deal with this one thing. It's a bad look. Exactly. This is why I'm telling you, do not wait. If you can get out and you're like, you've known for a while, this is not working for you. Oh, if this man gets a disease, a terminal illness or something, and you were so done a while ago and you were staying around for the kids or whatever, or just putting it off, once this dude gets sick, you will be judged so cruelly by everyone else because men leave women all the time, right? We know they're like, 6 times more likely to leave women if you got their wives if they have a terminal illness or whatever. But women are not supposed to leave no matter what. You got to be that hospice wife. It's a bad look. That is literally how men know this. They know this. Ms. Aisha, I did a live with her. I'm actually going to be releasing it really soon. I also did the Risk podcast with her. And she helped me realize just how much men understand social media. They understand how important women's image is. And they use it against us. Like, I didn't realize that my ex had pressured me to be official with him on Facebook. I don't know why I was holding quotes up there. Air quotes. Because he knew, because I never had a boyfriend, that everyone would go crazy. And then I would feel stuck. And I absolutely did, because I did not want to go public with it. I wasn't ready. He knew. Men know. They know. I'm not saying your husband was like, I think I'm getting Alzheimer's. I think I will I'm just saying men know. They just know. They know. They've been paying attention. That their wives will not leave them when they get sick or when they have an affair, because the wives always look bad. Now, not so much anymore. This is where I have hope. Women are kind of just doing it anyway. But everyone, especially if you're like in a big church community or something, or if you're in like the South, or at least the white people in the South, you would be so ostracized for leaving your husband when he's got Alzheimer's. Do it anyway. But anyway, this is what Wendy's doing. It's a bad look. You are reinforcing patriarchy, Wendy. I don't like Wendy's column anymore. Oh my God. Sometimes she's like spot on, but this is so wrong. It's a bad look and probably won't make you feel great in the long run. You, all caps, don't have Wendy, you got to proofread your stuff before you publish. You don't have to be the one to take on his care, but placing him in the good care of someone else can be a compromise that will relieve you of the heaviest burden while not betraying your role to him. What is her role to him, Wendy? What's her role? Nothing! Want to talk about betrayal? This man has cheated multiple times. But this is what I mean, y'all. Look what Wendy did to her. I'm going to show you some of the comments. I don't care that it's public, all right? Mike says, stay for the payout. It's all water under the bridge now. See that Mike is expecting a hospice wife. And here's the thing. Don't stay for the payout. Who says there's a payout? There may not be a payout. You may find out that he has been spending all y'all's money on all these affairs, because men who are not spending it on you, if they have it, they're spending it on someone else. So I like this woman's, like, don't berating her for not leaving. People meet a breaking point. And I agree. Sometimes a person is so beaten down, they do not have the strength to deal with the situation until something happens to make them hurt or angry enough to do something about it. Boom. This is what usually happens. You take it and you take it and you take it and you take. And there, I had my breaking points, but you know what? Really, what sent me over the edge with my ex is when he stole all my art. He stole 10 years worth of all my photos, which I had on SIM cards that I wasn't using for art, but that was literally all my stories. I took photos of everything. Plus, I used a lot of these in my shows about like the Jesus themed amusement park and stuff like that. I still need to do a video about that. Let me know if you want. If you made it this far, say yes, please. Please do the Jesus themed amusement park. As I keep forgetting, and I also don't know if anyone's watching these videos anymore. My views are so screwed. Anyway, but this is right here. This is like and this guy. Look at this guy. He's trying, I'm not even going to bother reading all this, but he's basically just being like, well, you know, maybe he had the affairs because he, you know, like the dementia caused, okay, 25 years ago. Maybe he's trying to get back to the past of the hallmarks of something. Like, God, they will just say anything. This was my favorite comment. Stick him in a nursing home and let all his girlfriends look after him. Have you wasted enough of your life on him? That's right there. That's the comment. That right there. This one, do not waste another year on him. He does not deserve your care and you owe him nothing. See, yeah, I'm not, see, Choose the cheapest low quality memory care and send him there full time. Get rid of him. I mean, honestly, I don't even know if she should spend her money on him. I think she should divorce him now. Well, it depends on their situation. Now, this is a good point. You've spent years putting up with his lies and you deserve share of his savings. So this is where you got to get into, like, go talk to a divorce lawyer and find out. But please do not become his caregiver. Put him in a home or something, because I am telling you, I don't care how much you're going to make when he dies. This man may live 10, 15 years with Alzheimer's. And women die taking care of these men. This is so common. I've done so many videos and it's been a while, but the statistics are that women are actually, like, I don't know if I'm just throwing this out there, but I remember it being so high, it was like terrifying. We're like something like 60% of caregivers or something. Now, please don't quote me on this. I would have to look it up, but some ridiculously high percentage of caregivers die before the person they're caregiving. I mean, especially when they're old. So anyway, let me know what y'all think, but I'm just telling you, as somebody whose dad died of Alzheimer's, I saw, like, he fell on a regular basis and we had to call the fire department to pick him up. None of us could pick this man up. He was like 6'2". He was like a pretty skinny guy, but you know, he had a typical like dad beer belly, but dead weight. Like it took, I would not, anyway, this is no joke. And I'm sorry, but I don't care. If you told yourself lies or whatever, that doesn't mean you deserve to maybe die being a hospice wife. And, you know, like all of us, you know, we put up with stuff. And again, like Wendy seems to always forget there's the power structure of patriarchy in all her posts. So she tries to be like, you know, trying to hold women accountable. It seems like, fork off, Wendy. God. Not all of them. Sometimes she has like, I really like her responses, but there's been some of them, she's so off the mark. I'm like, do you even understand the word patriarchy? What are you talking about? Anyway, let me know what y'all think. Like, subscribe, you know, comment, all that stuff. Please follow my Patreon if you can. That's what pays the bills. And I have a lot of fun over there. That's why I share my more personal life, travels, have lives, and interview really awesome people. And we do watch parties now, and I have meetups where we just hang out. So we have all kinds of stuff over there. Anyway, let me know what y'all think, and let me know if you heard the comment song. Pony at the nighttime comment song. I was getting scared, I heard some noises. Guess what? It's a pony behind the chair. The chair for charging solar battery stuff. And a pony hanging out. God, Fabio, you always scare the crap out of me, 'cause you never stop eating. While Mose and I were hanging out at the farm at night with no electricity. Fabio, Mose and Fabio. That's the comment song for today. Join my Patreon for more.